Live on YouTube. We are live on YouTube. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Instagram. We are going live on Facebook. We are going live. We are going live. Hello, everyone. Good evening, wherever you are watching us from tonight. Good evening to all those who are watching us on YouTube. Good evening to those watching us on Instagram. And a special good evening to those watching us on Facebook. Hello, Eso, my darling. You are on Instagram. Thanks for joining us tonight. I know you're watching us from New York. So, tonight, our topic is all about domestic abuse. Welcome once again to the Diamond Lady TV. This is Diamond Lady Show. And as usual, when you come on, we request that you say hello, hi. Let us know you are there. Show us your presence there. And also, we encourage you to share the link to other people so they can also watch us live as well. Others are also going to benefit from this as well. Whilst I'm talking to you, I'm going to try and do that myself, share this link to other people. So please just give us a hi, hello, let us know where you are watching us from. We know there's someone watching us definitely on Instagram, and she is my girlfriend. She's code. And so, well, I'm not going to mention the whole name. You can go and check her up there. Yes, thanks for your support tonight from New York. And I'm going to share this to other people as well so that others could also watch us tonight from all other places. Sister T, you can do that as well. So as you already know, you know this lady that I am on with, and she is no other than Tita A Champon, Sister T. So tonight we are going to talk about domestic violence. We've been raising the awareness in our own way and telling people and showing people a whole lot of things here and there. But tonight we thought it's something which is dear to our heart as well. We thought we should come live and discuss it. So we are going to look forward to all the other contributions, the questions, and all that people have for us. We're going to try our best and talk you through it. We're going to try our best and then give you all the answers we've got for you. Before we go ahead, let me just read a few comments before Sister T will talk. So on Instagram, we've got this message that says, "That's wonderful what you are doing." Oh, thank you, girlfriend. You are awesome as well. Thanks for the support from New York. And I'm going to read the ones on Facebook. So we've got Derek Ajimambudu, my own boyfriend, though. Please, I'm saying it's live. Yeah. So he's here. He's saying, "Wonderful ladies, you are looking sexy. Thank you, sweetheart." Then I just say, "Wow, Apia is here saying, wow, you ladies look ravishing." All right, you know what, I like to pop these messages on here so people can see as well. So we also have one from my own boyfriend. He says, "Let me see your beautiful dress, Diamond Lady." It's actually not a dress, it's a top. Can you see that? And I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. I love it. Then we also have another message from my dresser saying, "Sister T, you look delicious." So, hey, Sister T, you see, you're getting all the attention even before we start. Then we also have a dresser saying, "Very good topic." Yes, this is a topic which is dear to our hearts. We definitely want to talk about domestic violence today. We are going to try our best to say whatever we think we know. Then my boyfriend again, who is Derek Ajimambudu, saying, "How are you, Sister T? Missed you." Oh, Sister T, he says he missed you. Be careful, boyfriend. And then he also says, "Beautiful darling." Oh, thank you. Then we have other people joining us on Instagram. So we've got Abigail on Instagram. Then we've got two watching us on YouTube. I can't really see who they are, but say hi. I'm saying hello to you all. And thanks so much for joining us tonight. So, Sister T, for the sake of those who don't know you, there might be some newbies. would you please just introduce yourself to everybody tonight, please?
Oh, okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Tisa Echampon. I'm the CEO of Sweet Seduction, where your bedroom matters to us. We just try to spice up your sex life and your relationship. We're always here to give you advice on how to maintain your sex life and how to maintain the relationship as a whole. So anytime you just want to talk to someone about your relationship, we are here. We have the listening ears for you.
Thank you so much, Sister T. Whilst you did that, I just went ahead to just share. You know, we like to share. So charity begins from home, isn't it? I have to do it myself. So I have shared to all around. And if you are just joining us, good evening again, and welcome to the Diamond Lady TV. This is the Diamond Lady Show, and I am Diamond Lady. Our dear Sister T has already introduced herself. I want to say hello again to those watching us on Instagram. So we've got Seke, who is just joined us there. Thank you for joining us. Then we've got, I've got another boyfriend on there, Jacko. He's also watching us on Instagram as well. I know there are 3 people on YouTube. I will try and find your names and then mention your names as well. So tonight, this topic, which is dear to our heart, is all about domestic abuse. So when it comes to domestic abuse, it's got, I think, different names to call it. There is domestic abuse, or it could be called domestic violence, or it could also be called intimate partner violence. And this has been on the rise. It's so rampant. It's just becoming unbecoming, maybe if that's the right word to use it. There are lots of people losing their lives because of domestic abuse, and there is a lot of statistics out there, people who have lost their lives. I just looked at a little bit of it online, and then it says in England and Wales alone, just the statistics for March 2020, by 2020, it was 2.3 million people who were estimated have faced domestic violence between the age of 16 and 74 years. And it's not easy. And they usually say that it looks like 1 in, or maybe 9 in every 10 people might have experienced some sort of domestic abuse, which makes it something else altogether, isn't it, Sister T? Tonight, the ball is in your court, rolling it all over to you. So, to a layman or to someone out there who doesn't know domestic abuse, because today our main point is to try and raise the awareness about domestic abuse, even with those who already know. So this is also going to be a sort of like try and get them revised or remind them about what domestic abuse is, because some people are experiencing it so much and they have gotten used to it somehow. I don't know how you can get used to domestic abuse. So could you please tell us what domestic abuse or domestic violence is all about then?
Yeah. I'm just going to read domestic violence, the Home Office definition for domestic. It says it's any incident or pattern of incidents of controlling, coercive, and threatening behavior, violence or abuse between those aged between 16 and over who are or have been intimate partners or family members, regardless of gender or sexuality.
Yes.
So, most people, when we say domestic violence, they always automatically think it's a partner beating the other partner up.
Yeah.
But when you come to domestic violence, it's any violence within the home setting, and we do say it's between the age of the age 16 and over, because anyone below 16 is child abuse. Okay. It's not domestic violence. Yeah. So yeah, so when we say it's anyone between 16 and over, and it has to be in the home setting or in a domestic setting. That is when it's termed domestic abuse, and it comes in these forms. It comes psychologically, it comes physically, it comes sexually, financially, or emotionally. And so the controlling behaviors. So when I read that definition, you could see some behaviors that were highlighted, like controlling behaviors, and there are coercive behaviors. So, like if you're being controlled to do certain things, that is like not something that you would normally want to do, but you are really controlled to do it. And sometimes we think, oh, we're doing it because of this. We're doing it because I'm in love, or because this person is this. But how much of control was exerted before you did that act is another thing that we need to look at. And coercive comes in a pattern of acts of assault. There are threats, there's humiliation, there is intimidation, and so someone could harm you, they want to punish you for things, and they frighten you, and more or less you become a victim, instead of like a person living in the free world. So all these things comes under domestic abuse.
Okay. Well, let me just break you for a second and you can continue. So I would like to say a very big thank you to those who are supporting us tonight. So we definitely have Sweet Seduction. That is the lady right there who is supporting us tonight. And if you are looking for extra intimacy, more of a vibe in your bedroom, in your relationship, please contact T, and then she's going to give you all the information you need. Sex therapy, get in touch with her. She'll give you all the vibes and all the information. We also have Sister Eat Fit Lose if you want to go on a healthy lifestyle in order to stay in shape, to lose weight, to feel like 20 years again, to feel all bouncy, empowered, and all that. Definitely contact Sister Eat Fit Lose. They are on Instagram and on Facebook as well. We also say thank you to St. Maya Dryline Limited. They are almost one of the leading dryline company here in England, and I think they've got affiliates otherwhere as well. Then we also say thank you to Afrithwo. So if you are looking to be selling African products which are made by Africans, then find Afrithwo, which is AFRITH, then WO. Go and join that platform, and you can sell your own African things that you were making. You could be making clothes, you could be making baskets, sewing a whole lot. You can go and join that group, and then let's build that group together. Then we also have the Mama Z European shop. They are based in Ghana, and they sell everything keto. I don't do keto. If you want to do keto, you can go and buy from them in Ghana. We've got NK Pizzles if you want to do anything photography in Ghana. Find them and get them to do it for you as well. And if you're looking for the best buffet mix to buy, hey, don't go through all the hustle of trying to measure it out and all that. It's just 3 simple steps. Add water, make it rise, fry, eat. You're going to just enjoy it. If you're looking for that to buy, you can buy it in Ghana from Family Affair GH, and you can also buy it here in England on Etsy or eBay. Just find the name Sister United, and we are on Instagram as well. So it's Sister United Foods or Sister United. So I am going to give you all other people later on. Let's just continue with our topic tonight. So, Sister T, after you explaining to us what domestic violence or domestic abuse is all about, there were a few words I picked out of there, if I may. So you talked
Mm,
about controlling behavior, as one
mhm,
of those things that is part of the things that is domestic abuse. So when it comes to
mm.
controlling behavior, what sort of controlling behavior? Because you have already said that it's like forceful behavior and all that. Could you give us any examples at all, please?
Yes, sure. So we have a range of acts that
Okay.
depicts it. So it's like you're making a person a subordinate,
Okay.
and you make the person dependent, or you isolate the person from all sources of support, exploiting their resources and capacities, and their personal gain. So it's like you deprive them of means needed for independence, resistance, and escape, um, and regulating their every behavior. There are people that make you know that they are the only person you can rely on, and they try and cut you off from
Yes.
each and every one around you.
Mhm.
Even some of them will control what you have to eat, what you have to wear, who you talk to. All those signs, they are
Yeah.
there. And it's we are humans, and we have the right to free will.
Yeah.
So it's like your independence is no longer in your hands. It's someone, your every move is controlled by someone. Then it raises eyebrows.
Yeah.
Then that becomes a controlling behavior. And I talked about the coercive behavior as well. There are acts of assault, there are threats, humiliation. All those things makes you know that, no, am I actually in an environment that is am I being abused by someone, or am I living freely? And there's a word that we use as well. It's gaslighting.
Yeah.
Sometimes it makes you think, like, psychologically you doubt yourself. You feel, no, am
You're not
I being in,
worthy, isn't it?
where is my sanity here?
Yes.
It's like, did is it because of me that this person is doing this? Am I the, you actually start doubting your psychological sanity. It's like, oh, something happened, and then it makes you second guess yourself. Did it really happen, or am I really there? All these things. When you are in situations that make you feel like that, you just have to look out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, of course. With all these things that you said, I think I just crossed that bit of a question that I should have asked you. I am still going to ask you. So you did describe domestic abuse as people being in like sexual relationship. So that means
It's not.
they
It's not only. It's not only sexual
okay.
relationship. And so it's 16 and above, and it can be families, like even your own kids.
Okay.
Parents can abuse their kids, and
Yes.
it all comes when it. That's what I was saying. As soon as you are 16,
Yes.
from 16 and above, it's domestic violence or
Okay.
domestic abuse.
Okay.
But
Okay.
if anyone below 16, then
Yes.
it becomes child abuse.
Okay.
So yeah, so be it partners, or be it mother to kids.
Yes.
But as soon as they cross that age of 16,
Yeah.
you're not abusing your child. It's not a child abuse now. Now it becomes domestic abuse. So in court, normally you will see a mother and a son coming in, and they're saying it's in the domestic violence court because he's abused the mom,
Yes.
or the mom has abused the son, because they've crossed that age of 16.
Yes.
So when we say, but by definition, as soon as you say domestic abuse, everyone is thinking, oh, partners or people that are in a relationship.
Yes.
No. So even in your own house setting, as
Okay.
soon as even a sister and a sister,
Yes.
one being very abusive, it's a domestic abuse situation. So
Okay.
it cuts across everywhere.
Okay, so it definitely has to happen in the setting, as in a home, isn't it? That is when it's
Oh yeah, in
classed
a
as
domestic
domestic.
setting, yeah.
Okay,
Mm.
okay. So let me just bring a few or highlight a few of the things that are being said here. I think we already read that, or no. She says, Ajasawa says, variety is the spice of life. Okay, sweet seduction. Obviously. Then we've got Sasi Damale, who is giving us all the celebration and the thumbs up. Then we've got Efia Griffin. Hi, Efia, watching you guys from Ghana. Thank you so much for your continuous support all the time. Then we've got Beatrice saying, good evening, my beautiful ladies. Hello, Beatrice. Thanks for joining us tonight. Guess who is here? Gladys. I just love that name so much. So Gladys is here and saying hello to us. Thank you too for watching us this evening. So I would just want to give an example of something that I know. You know, sometimes let's say maybe they might be in a relationship, a man and a woman, or who it could be whatever they are. They might be in a relationship, and then one partner decides or starts to threaten the other person. I wouldn't say initially they wouldn't think it's a threat because they keep on saying, oh, I'm going to make sure you don't get your papers because we live abroad. I'm going to use abroad as an example. You know, they keep on hitting on that bit. I'm going to make sure your paperwork for you to be able to live in England forever. I'm going to make sure you don't get it. Or I'm going to call the police on you because they don't know you don't have papers and all that. Can you term that or class that as an abuse or domestic abuse at all?
So when I was defining it, the controlling behavior, in one bit I said it's depriving you from your means of independence.
Yes.
Or or escape and regulating your everyday behavior.
Yeah.
So it's like that him stopping you, trying to, any means, not for you to get your papers.
Yes.
It's depriving you of your independence.
Of course.
Because if anything, if you've got your papers, then you'll go out there and seek help.
Of course.
We haven't gotten into that, but let me put this in. That is one thing that we out here we don't research. So when we've not got our papers, we think, once I go out to report him, or once I run away, there's no help for me. But do you know what? There are a lot of help for you. If anything, you are in a very good position to go out there and seek help.
Yeah.
And it's one thing that we sit there and we think, I'm going to call the police. I'm an immigrant anyway. I'm here illegally. So no one is going to listen to me. If anything, they are going to take me back.
Yes.
No, don't think like that. Please don't think like that. There is a lot of help, a lot. And it's even to your advantage. It's even to your advantage. So please, whoever is be it a male, be it a female, whatever situation you are in, once you feel that you need to get out to save your life, please do. Don't think about your papers. They are there to help you. Even through this, people have gotten their documentation. So please go out there.
Okay, that's a good should I say advocacy or advertisement or advice you are giving to people out there. Yes, we are here to raise the awareness. We are here to let people know that there is help out there for anyone who is experiencing domestic abuse. And usually I know that these abusers, they tend to try and make the people that they are abusing feel what should I say, what's the right word, feel belittled, and they feel like they are not important, or they also make them feel like there's no one out there to love them. They play on their emotions, if that should be the right word. It's like they play on people's emotions and then their psychology as well. Most of them tend to somehow get you in that position where you think you are in the wrong, even though they are in the wrong. They'll get you to yes. Could you explain further about all these? I think I'm just touching lightly on it, but then it's best because I know there is the emotional abuse and then the verbal abuse. You could give us examples and all that about that, because some people don't know. It's strange, some people still don't know.
Don't know. As we said, we've got the psychological abuse. Yes. We've got the physical abuse. Yes. That is when you are actually being hit
or pinched or punched. Oh, yes.
We've got the sexual abuse. People are in in a domestic setting that they are being abused sexually by their partners, by their own family members. All these things, it comes under domestic abuse. Financial abuse, when someone is in control of your finances, you don't even have a say on what you actually even have to use. They actually give you some of your own hard-earned cash to even go and spend. Yeah. And sometimes you don't even get anything at all. We've got the emotional abuse. I feel the psychological and emotional is for me it's extreme, because people think, oh, the physical it's something that you can die of easily. But we all tend to forget this is someone playing with your mind when it comes to the psychological and emotional. People lose themselves. It's like there are people that feel so unworthy because of what they've been told, because of how they've been treated. As he said, someone can actually look at you and tell you, I'm doing you a favor. When you go out there, no one will even look at you twice. All these things, it's just belittles you. Sometimes you just be walking and you feel so unworthy. You feel like, nah, no one is even looking at me, no one likes me. I know of an experience that someone, it got to this person so much that, like, even when they go to where people are, they'll be smelling themselves, whether to see if because of all the things they've been told.
Yes.
And all these things, it takes so much time to heal. For physical, I know it can lead to death and all that. But this emotional one I'm talking about, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of counseling. It takes a lot of self-building before you can even come to the realization that, no, I'm also somebody, So imagine if you've been in a relationship or you've been with a family member who has told you over years, like more than 10 years, 15 years, that you are not worthy, you are not nothing, you are this and that. People say, oh, you should be strong, you shouldn't be. But we've got the unconscious mind and the conscious mind.
Of course.
It picks up things. And then you'll be sitting there, oh, I'm doing this, that's why I'm being told this. Oh, so this is true. We cross-check
it's just like you hear voices, maybe. That what you're trying to say? Like the way we watch some movies and it's like it replays back what someone has told you or something. So that is the sort of thing you're trying to say.
It's just like you stand in the bus, someone would just move themselves. Then you'll be like, oh, so it's true. They're saying I stink. oh, that person is moving so that because of but maybe it's not there.
Yeah.
Maybe the way of someone putting you down, and you're thinking it's true. Any little action someone thinks, you are saying, oh, that is why they said that.
Yeah.
It's very, it plays on your mind, and it's a very bad one.
Okay. This domestic abuse, I know, is a very, very huge topic. And I am quite sure we might not be able to conclude that today, but then we are going to try our best. We could add some examples in there if you've got any. And our viewers out there, if you've got any examples, if you've heard of anything you would want to bring our attention to so we can talk about them, definitely we are ready to answer your questions, or we are ready to get into this conversation with you all. So I'm going to read a few comments that we've got here. So just what says, they make you feel worthless and lose your self-esteem, which is extremely true. People lose their self-esteem through abuse, and they start to shy away and hide away as well. Then we also have Isaac Akwe saying that keep it up. We should keep up what we're doing. And we've got Gladys saying, Sister T, you said it all. Diamond Lady, you are educating me more and more. I am so glad we are able to educate you all. Honestly, we are so glad we are doing this. Then we've got Efia Griffin saying, obviously to what we are talking about, because domestic abuse is hard to tell someone to leave. So last time I was discussing this issue about domestic abuse being on the rise all over the world. It's not just in one part of the world, it's all over the world. And just recently in Ghana, we've had it rise so much. I mean, you can just imagine the ones that were not reported. I wonder how many that were not reported and how many people have lost their lives through that. So whilst I was discussing this with my friend, what the thing that came up was you telling the person to leave their domestic setting. Do you have a job? Do you have a job for them out there? It's like when you're telling them something, you should be ready to signpost them or to give them a better place to go to do all that. So, Sister T, what do you say to this? Because it looks like both of us are advocating the fact that people should wake up and then do the right by themselves, by reporting and then moving on from there. I know it's not easy for people to even accept they are going through domestic abuse. So what is it that could be said to these people who are feeling that?
Okay. Before I go on to your question,
Yes.
As soon as we say domestic abuse, people think, oh, it's only women.
Yes.
You'll be amazed. It's statistically, it says 1 in 3 women or 1 in 4 women are abused domestically. But then it will surprise you that 1 in 6 men also suffer.
Okay. Yes.
Domestic abuse. So it's not only the
women. Yes.
It's men as well. When we say seek help, sometimes there are signs that will trigger there will be signs that you would see before it even gets to the worst.
Yes.
So let's say if you are in a relationship and you see these signs, there are counselors, there are older people that can talk to you guys. I know we do have people that don't listen to counsel, but then there are signs that will see that, and there are people that whoever is doing that might respect and might listen to them. You can go to them and try and see if they come to talk to you. I wanted to say something, but in our I just don't want to use culture because it then becomes very broad.
Yeah.
Some people are faced with the situation that when they report it to like a church or any elderly, they come and they always target you, the person being the victim.
Yeah.
Oh, like, well, why didn't you do it this way so that this wouldn't have happened? Why didn't you do that? So they downplay what the person is doing to you, and
Yeah.
so then it makes you feel like, am I the one in the wrong?
Mm-hmm.
If you do know, because you will hear, especially church people, or I'll use the religious people coming, and it's like, oh, if it's a man abusing the woman, or you, the woman, are always the target of counsel. It's like, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that to build your home. And most of the time they don't go advising the person that is actually perpetuating the abuse. So it's like you have to sit and be firm that no, this person is the one that needs it, that needs the counsel. And also, if counseling and all these advices is not helping and it's getting worse, please, please. I know in Ghana, I was really saddened. One of my cousins called me, and the friend was actually experiencing this. The police that the girl called actually said, go back home and go and say sorry and sleep. And this person was beaten, and she was standing outside at night, 11 p.m. You don't know what the attacks that she could have gotten. You're just saying, go back and go and say sorry to the person that is abusing you. You know, that is the sad thing. Unlike UK here, I always stay in touch with experiences that I have seen and known from the police here respond to domestic abuse in seconds. It might be wrong. Maybe someone will say, no, I didn't experience that. But from what I see and hear, they always respond when it comes to abuse in the domestic setting. Even if your neighbor calls, they are always there within minutes. And it's like they are always raising that. We've got refuge centers, we've got the advice services, we've got all these services around. Only if you will go and seek that help. Once you've said it, they will help you. But when it comes to Ghana, I know we've got is it Dove Sue? And other few charities that do it. They might not get all the help, but please, you've got friends, you've got family that they will always want to help. Even if it's for that night, just go and crash there, because you do not know what will happen if you stay with them. You know, so I always say, whatever the case, just move yourself from that situation. Let the person calm down. I can't advise you to leave your partner or leave leave away from your family. But the thing is, at that minute, it's tempests that are rising. It's someone being very violent. So you don't know the next action. Just move yourself. I think if you have your next door neighbor and you go and knock and say they are beating you, your next door neighbor won't force you to go back in there. They will just take you and just ask them, can I spend the night? Just remove yourself. Once the person is calm, you can go. And whatever decision you take from there, it's up to you. But please try and remove yourself from such situations.
All right. I'm just watching you in just amazement, and then listening to all that you're saying. Let me just read a few comments from here, and then we will continue with our discussion. So we've got Ajua Sewa saying there is always a telltale sign which is sometimes which blinded or what's that? Convinced to stay, convinced to say, coerced to stay. So it's true there is always that telltale sign and then the telltale sign and people I know that in the past I've heard people who have said, "Oh, I'm okay," but then observers just as that question or that statement goes, that observers are always worried. People who are observing from afar sometimes look and think you are going through abuse, but those who are actually experiencing it don't seem to want to believe it or accept it because obviously they are blinded by what they think is love or what they think is caring. Okay. So I have somehow heard of that situation whereby there was this lady who was pregnant with her partner, and this partner would beat her every now and then, even though she was pregnant, and then he knew she was pregnant. Then one day he beat her so much she miscarried. But when she went to the hospital or when she was taken in by the ambulance, she wouldn't tell the truth because obviously she loves her then partner, obviously, and said, "Oh, I just fell, and then all these scratches and all that you've seen on me is nothing but I fell." But then neighbors had already reported that we can hear shouts and screams next door, and this person, it was just so hard for the person to accept she was going through that abuse. I've also heard a story whereby it was the opposite, not that the man was pregnant, no. rather this woman was giving all the abuse to this man because obviously she was the breadwinner of the family, and obviously being the breadwinner, sometimes some of these women become extra bossy and they don't see why they shouldn't be commanding the men around or why they shouldn't be commanding their partners around because they are bossy. I heard some time ago, I heard a woman asking the husband to kneel down and back like a dog and do all that, subject them into all sorts of things, which is inhuman. I would definitely term it as inhuman. Some of them, yes, they look human, but then the situation or the behavior or whatever is being done to this person is inhuman. So this brings us to my next question. Sometimes you see someone put on weight or you see someone lose weight drastically. Could be male or female, they lose weight drastically or they gain weight drastically, and then you ask them what is going on or whatever, they just say, my partner. It could be male or female and all that. So do you think when people are going through this sort of abuse, it can either lead them to eating excessively or to avoid eating, or is it that their partner is controlling the food they are eating and forcing them to eat so much or stopping them from eating?
Before I get to your question, you said someone who asked the man to kneel down and back. Don't forget we've got BDSM, so we've got people that have sexual fantasies.
Yes, of course.
And some of these fantasies, whether we like it or not, that person agrees to it.
Okay.
So although we may see it outside as this is abuse, they might actually like it, and that is their way of getting up. It's so sometimes there's a very thin line on what we see as abuse,
yes,
and on a person standing by, and the person that the abuse is being subjected to. So we can't really term that as abuse.
No,
Unless
but
they
Sister
actually
T,
told me that
Sister
the
T,
person.
aside that, was it last week or so? There is a video I saw online. Some of us, we just go combine online and just watch things and all that. I was surprised what I saw, which was recorded by someone else and then put on Facebook. That was why I saw it. I saw on Facebook. There was this very lovely lady who was actually crawling on her hands and feet, and then this man had and it was outside in public, and then this man was holding on to whatever rope around her neck, and she was barking at people and all that. And sometimes when I see things like that, I am quite nosy. I want to read and see the kind of things people are doing, saying there. And for about 15 minutes she was crawling on her hands and feet in the street, and people were stopping and taking their phones out and all that. And I thought, well, I would term it as an abuse. I don't know, maybe in your own.
That is someone's sexual fantasy there.
Oh, okay. You're telling me. Well, why would you bring your sexual fantasy outside and not do it indoors?
Yeah, it's maybe them thinking, oh, you take me out as a dog, and that is what I feel like that will get me off. So
I see.
We've got people that have been whipped, people that are being walked on with high stilettos.
Yes.
We've got all these things. So
I know.
we will see it and we'll say, this is an abuse, but then that person is actually enjoying it.
Okay. 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 I will rest my case on that. But then
that was on the lighter note.
Of course.
But then there are physical signs. Not all might be, as we said, true. But these are some of the signs. So if the person is in a work environment, the managers can see that like there's a change in the person's work patterns. For example, like there's frequency of absence, there's lateness, there's needing to leave work early, and there's the quality of what the person produces becomes really low because then it affects you psychologically, it affects you. So people might be forced to change their phone numbers. They might be there's always phone calls at work, like the person is always monitoring you. What are you doing? Who is calling you? So it's all these. They know that this person wasn't like this, so all of a sudden what is causing this, unless the person has told you, I've got all these childcare issues, or I've got this, that is why. But then if you see these things and the person is not talking, you can actually go to them and then speak to them. And also when it comes to changing behaviors, you can see they isolate themselves from their colleagues. They are obsessed when it comes to timekeeping. I don't want to be late because little lateness might cause me, it might put me into trouble. When you ask them about their home life, they are very secretive. They don't want to divulge any information, So, and some of these people are always worried if they have kids, they don't want to leave their kids with their partner. They just want to keep them so close, because they're thinking, if this is being done to me, it's it can be done to my kids as well. And the physical signs, as you were saying, some might reduce very drastically. They might not be eating, and for some it can be overweight as well, because some people stress eat. So as they are being stressed, they are eating more. And we've got someone who used to do, like, people that used to dress. They have some good fashion sense, and all of a sudden they don't even care about their looks. They are very, unbothered. They don't even care whether they've made up, they are wearing the right clothes or not. So it's all these things. You know, when they come with all these bruises, you can see, and they're giving you excuses that you know there is no way in hell that you could have got that bruise from what you're saying you got it from.
Yes.
All these are signs, you know. Some people might start drinking or misuse drugs, you know, and there are some that even go to work, or you are a friend, you're always with them, and they are very dazed, like they're not even with you at that minute. They're always daydreaming, they're not thinking straight. You know, this is not my friend that I know. You know, it's all these are signs that you can hint you that this person is going through a form of abuse or they have problems. So you should inquire.
Okay. Oh, thanks for that, Sister T. Let me just read a few comments from here. So, Afia Griffin says this is totally wrong. Obviously, she doesn't agree to domestic abuse. We all, to some extent, have our own freedom. You know, freedom to live, isn't it? Until your creator or whoever takes you away from earth. I mean, your redeemer. That's how I'll put it. Takes you away from earth. No one has the right to take you away. Then Gladys says there are also verbal and emotional abuse that many people, especially our people, don't recognize them at all.
At all.
It is very, very true, you know.
It's very, very true. Very true.
Yes.
Very true.
Yes. They give
that
you
verbal abuse.
Yeah.
The verbal abuse, them telling you all these things that make you feel so unworthy, and they actually think, oh, it was a joke. It was a joke. So they come and you say he keeps on saying it. She keeps on saying it, and they're saying, oh, so we have like, you know, it's nah. There's respect, and you know, you should. Every relationship, you should draw boundaries, and there should be respect.
Yes.
There are things that I would never say to you, no matter how playful we are being, and so you don't say it to me. You know, it's that respect, that boundary is what needs to be.
Of course. Let me just read a few comments from YouTube as well. So we've got Sasi Damale there as well. She says, "Great sister, you always bring out great topic. You are looking great today." Oh, thank you, Sasi. Then we've got Albert Palas saying, "Listening to my sister Tita makes me feel so proud." So there are people on YouTube that are so proud of you. Then Kwesia Santi says, "I am here some more." And he's laughing and saying, "Hello, Sissy." Then he also says, "Good job, Diamond Lady." Oh, thank you so much. And those on Instagram, we've got Benewa, who is also watching us. Then we've got E.A.X, who usually watch us on Instagram as well. Then let's read a few more comments from here. So we've got Ajwa Sewa saying, "T, please be plain and tell people to leave." Well, we are not here to break people's marriage, are we? Or relationship. Once they abuse you, they will do it again. Abusers are sweet-tongued and intimidating. That is very, very true. They know how they try to talk you through, even though they've done the abuse, then they try to sugarcoat things as well, even though they've done that. They've told you whatever they want to tell you, or they've done whatever they want to do to you, isn't it? And that is definitely hitting at the back of your mind. But then when that little sugarcoating things come, it's like that video, I don't know if you've seen it, it's been circulating for a while. There's this lady who comes and says, "Today I got flowers. It's not because it's my wedding day, or it's not because it's my birthday, it's because maybe it was left at my grave." Because obviously she was abused, and then in the end she's passed away, and her ghost is seeing those flowers and saying, I wish I had reported it sooner, or I wish I had taken myself out of the situation sooner. It's just so sad, you know. I would just keep reading some of these comments as well. So we've got Gladys saying, get help before things get worse. Then Ajua Sewa saying, I agree. We've also got Ajua Sewa saying, I saw that video. It's a sexual fantasy, but it's barbaric. She was one beautiful lady in dog large backing. It's true, she was so beautiful with all her boobs pumped up and all that. She was looking, I would say, like an hourglass lady with high heels and backing in the street, and it was just something else, you know. You look at it and you think, this is sickening. I'm not too sure. I'm cringing over watching such a thing. I can't imagine. She didn't have any knee pads on or anything in her hand. So you can imagine these gravels on the street, and she was just crawling and behaving like a dog, shaking her waist and thinking she's a dog. I'm thinking, all right, we'll leave this. Sexual fantasy, as you say it. Yes, sexual fantasy, because they were not reported anywhere anyway. So yes, all these that we are saying tonight, there are just so many things we can still talk about, and I am going to leave it open for you now, Sister T. Go ahead, give us all the information we need, and let's all collect it and keep it. And then actually action. Go ahead and do the action.
So you know, some people now I'm coming to relationship.
Yes.
You know, most people when it comes to relationship, and especially when kids are involved, they then start to say it's because of the kids. That's why I can't leave. But the truth is, it's because of the kids that you should even leave. You know, it's more so because of the kids that you should make that escape plan as soon as possible, because the impact it has on them is so amazing. It's something that it's overwhelming. You sit down and, you know, we've got suicide, kids committing suicide because of things they've seen at home. We've got kids growing up. You think, oh, I did my best not to be a single mom or be a single dad because I want the best for them. But then you are impacting them wrongly. And so I will read. So when you are in an abusive relationship, you tend to neglect their kids. Although you're always with them, but because emotionally or psychologically you are not there, that tender love that they would need from you, because you're always worrying about what is coming next. So you don't give them that needed attention that they need.
Of course.
You know, they are witnesses to violence. They're seeing this. And some actually form it as an okay behavior. And there are some people that actually go with it. You've got people that will actually stand in front of you and tell you, my mom was okay with this. Why are you not okay with it? My dad used to do this, so why are you seeing this as a wrong behavior? You know, so it's things that it impacts them negatively more than it does them good. So they can come into the middle. I was watching one video, and it was a witness video, and you could see a child, 5-year-old child, trying to break out the fight between the mom and you know, at that moment they were so involved that they couldn't even see this child in the middle. And you know, anything could have happened. You could throw your hand and will hit this person. You know, it's so sad to see kids in the middle of these things. They can now be a target of the abuse. So if the abuser is now seeing you as, you know, some people that they forget that, oh, these are kids, or this is my child as well. as soon as they are not talking to their partner, they then tend to extend it to the kids as well.
Yes.
The kids get their fair share of abuse as well.
Of course.
So all these things you see, kids see this, and it's like you think, oh, it's my child. Oh, we wouldn't. I'll make sure we don't fight in front of the kids. But but the thing is, there's no way that you can manage not fighting in front of the kids. It always tells. These kids are very intelligent and they absorb things. So please, if you are in like an abusive marriage, don't use the kids as an excuse to stay. They are even the most important reason why you should leave that marriage. And also, I was going to give a few practical actions. If you experience domestic abuse, how you can what the sort of things that you can do. Sometimes you have to make a safety plan to keep yourself safe. That you have to always. That is one thing. You know that I'm always being abused physically. You have to make a safety plan to keep yourself safe, and it can be you locate a safe place in that house in case of attack. You know that as soon as it's coming, this place when I go, try and create a space that it's so sad. Even me saying it, how like a human being, you are living with someone and you have to even think of a safe place. It's very, very wrong. But then the reality is the reality. So once you are faced with this, just make sure you find a safe place in that house or where you know that it's coming. Yeah. And you know when things like this has happened over and over again, and you're still with that person, you get to know when the thing is coming. I will say the thing because it's like when you know it's sad. It's sad we using it like that, but it's you know it's when this is the point that
it's rising. Yes, so, yes.
So make sure it's a safe place that you can look. And I would advise you use the bathroom instead of the kitchen. Instead of the kitchen, because kitchen has got sharp objects there that can be used. So please don't go to the kitchen. Just find some place. It can be bedroom somewhere, it can be bathroom somewhere, but the kitchen is not a safe place. And always stay there. Stay there till you know things have actually calmed down or you've called the police. Yeah. I would advise in that safe place, if you've got one of these small mobile phones, just hide it there as soon as you get there. Because once you are
Sister
running
T,
and you know,
I am not stopping you, but this thing you're saying, you know, there could be abusers listening to us as well, isn't it?
True.
So we are giving them the trick. So obviously the abusers will be looking in those safe places as well, isn't it?
It's true, but if you know your secret place and then you know where you've hidden your small phone that you can call the police quicker. You know, you don't go looking for your phone before you go and hide. Yes. You know, I've got this spare one that is always charged and ready. I call the police. It's sad, but do you always want to stay in a place that the police have to be your resort of refuge? It's one thing that you have to ask yourself. There are things that in life we sit and we talk to ourselves as well. I remember there was an experience that I went in, and I just asked the person, what is happening now? Do you think it's ideal for us for the kids, for everything. And then the person sat down, and it's from their answer that you also sit down when you think, no, what am I doing to myself?
Yeah.
What am I doing to myself? So this is not going to end. This is not going to.
But that question doesn't come soon enough, because it's almost like I'm waiting to see something. I'm waiting to see. What if? I'm waiting,
It will change. It will change.
Yes,
Yes, I will do this. And
yes.
It's so strange. I did create a cycle of abuse.
Yeah.
And the victim's response it's like, I'll set counseling for him.
Usually they will refuse going with you no matter what.
That is the thing. Today I'm leaving him. I'm going to leave him today. And then you will drop that legal proceeding, and then you agree to return back. And then there's the forgiveness, there's the hopefulness, there's the you are relieved that he's okay. He said he would change, and then
just that one night they said, oh, you know what, I beg you or something, yeah. How? Yeah.
And then it comes back to that cycle, then you try to calm everything, you try to reason, with them once they are in that mood, and then you try to agree with whatever he's saying to avoid all that thing, and then that it becomes an then he will start again, and now you are hiding, you are trying to reason and calm down again, all these things, and then you go back, I'm leaving, you leave, and then you come back, all these cycles. It's like it happens for how many times before then you realize no.
Yeah.
But sometimes it does it for it's so sad that for some people that abuse cycle goes. I was reading the news, and there was this guy that killed the partner in Ghana.
Okay.
And the sad thing is the day 3 days before, this girl had a chat with the friend, showed the friend pictures of the abuse, and it was like the friend was like, you need to leave before you are killed.
Yes.
Conversation went on the 3rd, I think, and come 6th of that same month, she was dead and gone.
3 days later. Oh my word.
Yeah, so you were thinking, why didn't I leave? Like, even if a day before, things would have been okay, But then you would think, oh, there's nowhere to go. I'm afraid of losing the kids. What if he comes to look for me and attack me? All these things. Some people they can't go because they have a disability. So even running away is impossible. It's like if they've got physical injuries, lack of finances. Someone is thinking, if I go now, how are the kids going to survive? They are with their dad, they are okay. If I go now, how am I going to even look after them? They don't have and the thing is, all these people, they are good at cutting you off from all your support network. So then now you've become a loner.
Yes.
You have no one to rely on. So you are thinking, where am I going to?
Yeah.
Who is even there? And the family and friends advising you, no, you stay. People even go on to give examples. Baby Andrew, now when you wait, I draw the dear Lord, so when the way when you want that, I will put the cry, I can bet now. When all these things, our cultural and traditional beliefs as well, and then we've got the religious one. There's nothing like divorce in the Bible. Like you have to stay, and and sometimes too, once your self-esteem and confidence is gone, that's you just feel like, what is even out there for me? When I go, who is able to look at me again? With all these search marks, with me after how many kids? Who am I going? When you've lost your self-esteem and confidence, it's like, no, I have to stay. And some people too is purely because they don't know about the information of supports out there. People don't know, oh, what is out there for me. But thank God for Google. Thank God for police stations. Thank God for charity organizations out there. You just walk anywhere or type in refugees for people or help out there for domestic abuse. It's always there. People, and also status. There are some people that are there. They've already told their friends, my marriage is like the ish in town. I get this. My husband gives me that. So now them going to say I'm being abused is another thing that is they can't see themselves going on their words to say, I am being abused here.
Of course.
Your life matters than what someone is saying. Please. I am begging you. They can say in this life, anything you will do, you will get criticism. Please, just go out there. Save your life. Let them talk. Let them talk and you dance. As they are talking, you are dancing because you've got life. Would you rather you die? Because when you die, they will even talk. They will still talk. So just people also are worried about when it comes to going to court to fight for custodies, all the court fees and all those things. We've got a lot of someone will say, oh, you are saying there's support out there, but I've been in before and there was no support, so I might as well just stay because no one actually cares. If I think that you had the first bad experience, but the second one might not be that bad. So please try and you will get that support.
Oh, that is a very long one. Thank you so much, Sister T. So I know our time is due, but then I quickly wanted to ask you this question. You talked about the fact that there is the internet, and thank God for the internet and all that. What about those who are less privileged? They don't have internet, or their abusers are simply stopping them from accessing the internet because they will gain information from there, or the abusers are stopping them from having a phone because obviously that will give them the easy access to report to someone or to talk to family about what is going on. Because I know abusers want you to lose as much contact from people as possible, So anything they would do in their own might to stop you from reaching and passing information on, they do it. So those people who obviously don't have a phone, or they don't have computers, or let's say they are illiterate and don't even know what is Google or what they have to search for. Some people might also have computers, but they don't even know it is called abuse or domestic abuse. So they are not sure what to even type in when they sit by the computer. So with such people, what sort of help is out there for them? Is there any help for such people at all? Or should they be talking to a neighbor, quickly run to a neighbor like a mouse quickly and run back to their house? Or what is it that they have to be doing to save their lives?
I will say, no matter what, unless you've been kidnapped or you are held hostage, no matter what, you will go out. No matter what, when it comes to all these things, you actually, it's sad, but you actually have to sit and plan. You have to sit and plan. So you're thinking, oh, I never get the chance to even go anywhere. I never get the chance to even, the only chance I have is, when I have to go and take the kids to school. there are some mothers out there. Just talk to one of them, or your neighbor. You know, it might be that just talk to your neighbor. This is what I'm facing, but I can't talk to anyone. You know, it's so strange, but your abusers always think, this person, I've got hurt so much that there is no way she can talk to this person about this.
Yes.
There's no. So the least people that your husband or your wife expects you to break these things to are the people that you can confide in.
Okay.
You know, they always say that it's even better to talk to strangers about your problems.
Yes.
So you just tell them, this is what I'm going through. I don't want him to know that I'm asking for help, but can you help me? I know someone will say, you don't know if your neighbor is your partner's friend.
Of course, of course.
You know, but the thing is, try and speak out. You know, like they always say, a problem shared is half solved.
Yes,
you know.
Yes.
So just speak to someone. Just try and say something. You know, no matter what, they think you are illiterate. There will be phones around, or even if you don't have any phone, you don't know anyone, just tell someone something. I need help. This is my address. If you can just get me that help, please. You know, do something. Go out there, your neighbor, a friend, someone at the bus stop, you know, someone at your kid's school. When it comes to abuse, there is no shame. It's one thing that you should know. You shouldn't be ashamed. You shouldn't think, oh, what is this person? Are they going to think you are, what is the word? You can't defend yourself.
You and all that,
you are not, but please, there is no shame. Your life matters.
Of course.
Your life, because we've got doctors that have been abused. Recently, there was a doctor that was killed by the husband. You know, we've got doctors, we've got lawyers, we've got judges.
They are human, isn't it? They are all human.
That is the thing. There are people that are. It's not even about their literacy, or there are people in high society that are being abused, and don't be ashamed. Don't think your life matters. Just seek that help, and then it will all be okay.
Of course. With you saying that people should confide in people and all that, what about those timid people? Those who think they've been humiliated enough and don't want to voice out, you know, they start shying away more and trying to be more timid and all that. How are we able to encourage these people to try and open up, you know, to try and trust someone out there to be of assistance to them? How can we encourage such people?
You know, when it comes to someone being very timid, and you know, sometimes our beliefs and coaches actually put us in these places. Recently, I was even discussing with my sister, and I was saying, I'm surprised that I could hear pastors after someone was killed. Then they came out to say, oh, as soon as someone is beating you, you should leave. Then I asked them, so what happened to the Bible saying, what happened to all the advice?
For better, for worse, and all those things they say.
For better, for worse,
and all
long
that.
Suffering.
Yes.
You shouldn't leave when all the, you know, these teachings sometimes push us to corners that we shouldn't be. You know, I was actually surprised to hear pastors come out to say, your life matters, so you should leave. So I was thinking, okay, then where did the submission go? Did submission all of a sudden go from the Bible? You know, there are some people that preach submission, and they explain to you what it is, and there are some people that only uses that word, and it should be like you are submitting. And so I was very happy that it came out that they were actually advising that you can actually leave if you are in danger.
Okay.
So if you are very timid and it's because of things you feel this is your only way of life. This is the only thing that has meaning to your life. I still think, please just open your mouth for just one day or 1 second and tell someone, please help me. I'm being subjected to something that I shouldn't be. And how do you even then I'm asking my own question. How do you even know it's abuse? Then someone can ask me, then how do they even know it's abuse?
That's the thing,
That is the thing. It's like this love. The person is beating you. The next day is coming with flowers.
Yes, chocolates, the things you love.
There's a spirit that came in me. That's why I hate you. I don't even know what is happening. Please. Is it something that you think you can stay with for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
Do you think it's more meaningful than your life? Is this if you always also think, if you've got kids, if I go today, what's going to happen to these kids?
Yeah.
This person can get a replacement within a minute.
Yes.
And your life is short. It's gone. So please, even the most timidest. I would. People that know me will know that I'm very quiet. I don't talk it. But when it comes to, I've sit down to realize, when it comes to things pertaining to your life, please. Once that you have life, you have everything. That saying is there.
Yes.
When there is life, there is everything. Don't forget about the husbands. Forget about everything. Society has placed more thing about partnership. The partnership is like the most important thing. If you're not married, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But
it's not the end of it's not the end of the world if you're married or not.
Life matters. So please look after yourself.
Oh, thank you, Sister T. I'm going to bring a few comments up here so we can read that. So we've got Juasewa saying leave because of the kids. Just as you said, make sure you are leaving this house because of the kids. Don't say because of the kids you will stay in. Please, before they lose the one person they look up to protect them. That is true. You as a mother or you as a father, if you have to leave with the kids, go ahead and then protect yourself, and just be kind to yourself and your children as well, if there are children involved, or to your family as well. So I read this. So Ajosawa says, I saw a video on Instagram of a husband who kept hitting his wife with an iron, and the kids were screaming and begging their dad to stop. I wept and I didn't even know I was also screaming, stop, stop, till my daughter asked me, Mommy, what's wrong? It's not funny. Please get out of such situation. It is toxic. Very, very toxic. This sounds very, very sad. Why was such recording? Obviously, they're putting such recording out there to raise the awareness as well, isn't it? Sometimes you see some of these videos and you think, I wish there's a thumbs down. I would say thumbs down, take it down. But then it's also a good way of raising awareness for others to also know what is not good as well. That is a shocking one, honestly. Gladys says, I'm enjoying my sister Puff Puff. Sister Gladys, we are waiting for the videos and the photos. Don't tell us you're enjoying it without us while watching Diamond Lady TV. Oh my word, I'm loving the combination. So you're enjoying the Puff Puff all by yourself and you are enjoying our Diamond Lady TV. All right, well, that is a very good combination. Maybe most of us will have to have our Puff Puff next time by our side and then watch Diamond Lady TV. And if you're looking for this puff puff, which is also known as buffet to buy, if you live in England, you can go and find us on eBay or Etsy. Just type in the name Sister United, then you can place your order on there. Or if you live in Ghana and you're also looking for this buffet mix to buy. You can make it in the comfort of your home at any time. You don't have to go and join a queue out there or go and join the Kokora queue and all that. Just find Family Affair GH, and then you can buy your puff puff mix from them as well in Ghana. So I'm going to read more here. It looks like we've got more and more and more. So I just want to say some abusers are not savageable. They do not change. Just wise up. It's true. They don't change. They only wisen up, isn't it? These abusers are just something else. Then we've got the Delhi. Is it Delhi? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Yes, Delhi says, "Hi, Tita. Valuable convo. Great work, you too." Oh, thank you so much, Delhi, for coming. Yes, and then she also says, "I need some in America." Some of the puff puff, don't worry. You know, these American people, when we go to the post office, the amount of money the people at the post just give, you're just thinking that is ridiculous. It's more expensive than the puff puff because there are people who have bought some from us that we had to send to America, and then I look at it and I'm thinking, these are very delicious. They are worth it traveling all the way. But I wish they could do something about the postage for us. I am going to try and negotiate with them and see what they can do. And definitely, I'm sure it will be on its way to you as well. Then she also says, "I need the buffet." Delhi, don't worry. You just DM us. Let's see how best we can go about it. It says, yes, so ridiculous. It's true. The price codes they give you when you go to the post office, you will just run off just like that. I remember packaging about 6 or so in the box, and it took some weeks. Yeah, eventually it got there. But the only problem was, I think, the price. And they advised me that next time, maybe I should advise my customers to be buying singles and not 5 and 6 and all that. And I thought, okay, we'll see about that then. So I will let you know, Delhi, if they change the prices. I will definitely let you know, and we will be sending some your way. Sister T, I know we've said a lot and it's already 25 minutes gone past the hour. So we spent about 1 hour, 26 minutes here already. And our viewers, wherever you are, if you've got any questions, you can drop them quickly or you can keep them for next time when we come and talk about domestic abuse. We are going to bring you a lot of examples, and we are going to bring some people's stories, and then we can all sit and then talk about it, and we will all decide if it's abuse or not. You can all help us decide together, and we could post this information to people and say, well, general public says it is an abuse, so act now, because we need people to act and act fast and act now. This is my last question to you, Sister T. So should we be like whistleblowers out there, sort of, if you see someone being abused? Because some people don't see the abuse and somehow they need someone to be a whistleblower to either call the police or call the authority in charge to say, hey, I heard someone jumping upstairs, or I heard people screaming up there. I think you need to come and check because I'm too scared to go and check for myself and all that. Should we be our brother's keepers, Sister T, when it comes to abuse?
It's sad that I would say you can, but
you've got to be careful. Yes.
I remember I was watching the lady's account, and the lady was like, I used to be beaten. My neighbor will call. There's blood. You can see the blood. You can see the swollen. The police will come to the door, and I will go, oh, I just fell from the stairs. I think that is what the neighbors heard.
Yes.
And and this person has got dreadlocks.
Yes.
So they used to say sometimes they beat them to the extent that they actually pull some of these locks. Whoosh. So you can see some. And the scalps will be like bleeding. And she still didn't see that this was time for me to leave. So anyone that came to say it was like, it's my marriage. I need to endure it. I need to work towards it.
Yes.
This is what I did. That's why. That is when the gaslighting comes in. So they are making you feel like it's your fault and you are the reason why you are getting that. So it's like she was putting all the blame on her. So even if everyone
apportioning blames,
yeah, like she was actually even sitting down thinking, oh, if I had done this, he wouldn't have even gotten angry to beat me like this.
Yes.
You know, or if I have done this, she wouldn't have even
punched
said
me,
this to me.
or that.
You know? So once we keep excusing these behaviors, and then it becomes something like your punishment to your own behaviors that you've done.
Yes.
So you are like, oh, I deserved it in some way.
Yeah.
So you as a friend seeing this and saying it, you'll be like, nah, you don't know what they're saying.
Yes.
Me, my husband, he's like this, so my wife, she's like this, so I did that. That's why he did this. So he wouldn't do it. Next time, I wouldn't even do that so that he does it. But next time, it will be a different scenario, and you would also excuse that. Yes. This is how it's excuse behaviors, and it's just, oh, I don't even know the devil that came into me. I have never hit a woman before.
Abusers are always like that.
The devil is sitting down somewhere drinking tea. All of a sudden, we go and call him. Hey, it's the devil. All these things. And we once you start excusing it, you can be your brother's keeper, but is the person ready?
Yeah.
The person has to make a move.
Yes.
I remember my sister was telling me about a friend that was being abused, and I said, do you know what? From what I know and my experiences, I would say, let the person take a step. There are some people that friends and family have called in police to them. Yes. And you will be surprised. They have ended up teaming up with the perpetrator and they are actually taking that other person to court. Okay. Like you calling on something. I remember in a case that I sat in, and the mom, this lady actually called the mom that she was being abused.
Yes.
And the mom from her house called the police. Okay. Now the lady and the boyfriend, the lady is saying, no, you can't prosecute my boyfriend. Oh. I'm not even going to support it. Okay. So it has become the mom and the boyfriend against the woman. Yes. The woman is saying, I can witness that my daughter called me on a video call. I could see the blood. I could do this. Daughter is saying, no. I'm supporting my husband. I don't even want you near my. So sometimes you can be an enemy. Yeah. So it's sad that you would lose someone before you say, oh, I should have intervened. I shouldn't have even listened to her. But then you, the person that is going through, please, your life is worth everything. Yeah. You are worthy. You are precious to someone. Yes. If someone has made you so insignificant, you are significant to some people. So please, no matter what, please leave. Please leave so that you can leave. Yeah. Because it's so sad that friends and family will lose you to something that something that you could have just dealt with by just leaving, you know. So please, although you want your friends good, sometimes I wouldn't advise that. You can be the third person in that relationship, be the third person in that situation. But some people genuinely come to you for help, and then you can actually react on that.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Sister T. I know most of these people who suffer domestic violence is the fact that they are always thinking about it in such a way that if I leave, let's say here is my job is where I am, my job is closer to me, or whatever I'm doing is here, I'm making my money here, I'm doing that here and all that. Once I leave, I'm losing all that. And even if my partner is not good, my partner is probably providing some food at some point, or my partner is buying me flowers at some point when he's done something wrong and all that. So it becomes quite hard. It becomes difficult. And these people sometimes rather start to think that I don't want to be a burden to society. I don't want to be a burden to my family. So that is their main hindrance for not wanting to move, or not wanting to leave, or not wanting to act immediately. I know you've mentioned there are certain supports out there, okay? Should they always be looking for these support before they make the move, or can they make the move and then go searching for the support?
It can be any of the two.
Okay.
You can actually, as you are in, you know, people plan their escapes.
Yes.
I know someone that sat down and planned.
Well, sometimes it's best to plan your escape.
Yeah, it's people sit down and plan, and there are some that even as they see the signs, they are saving. So that they can actually rent somewhere. There are some that will even tell a friend that, you know what, as soon as he goes to work, I'm coming, or as soon as she leaves, I'm coming. Just you know, just help me come and pick the my stuff. You know, there are some that as they are there, they are talking to agencies out there and telling them, you know. So the thing is, it's up to you. As soon as you know this is not my roots for life. This is not what I need in my life. Just sit down. And if it's through an emergency, it's happening, and you are running, you know, as I said, just seek the police station is always there.
Yes.
Just go to your nearest police station. Even if there's no neighbor, there's no friendly neighbor, or you think there's a neighbor that your husband or your wife has got influence on, so you can't go to them. Just go to a total stranger. Just tell them you need help, or you go to the police station. That is the best one. If it's very far from you, you've got phone 999. Tell them where you are standing. They'll come and pick you. There are refugees out there. I'm talking on the point of us being in
England. England.
But the one thing I like is even in Ghana, you know, we live a communal life.
Yes.
So you can go to a neighbor and tell them, and most of the Ghanaian community, we look after ourselves, you know. So even if they wouldn't take you in forever, that night they'll give you somewhere to stay, and then the morning you plan your you know. So it's all it's like you should sit and think. No, just you realizing that realization, sinking in that what I am in is not right for me. It's even like 100% good, because then you would want to seek help. You would want to seek help.
All right. Thank you so much, Sister T. So the realization is the most important bit. And I think accepting as well. You need to accept you are in it. Because people who experience abuse, honestly, it takes forever.
Denial.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are always, or we are always in denial that we're going through that
Yeah,
abuse.
there is no way
That
of
is
being
human
abused.
nature, isn't it?
Yeah.
There are certain stories I've heard and people I have spoken to, and experiences through experiences and all that. Then you sit down and you say, you know what? All these things you're telling me, I don't know your partner's side of things, but then
Oh yeah.
I can say
Yeah.
it is
Two
hundred
sides to
percent,
it. So
100% abuse from your side. It is 100% abuse, but then the fact that they have to accept it, that step alone is like a huge monstrous step to take.
it is.
You need to sit down, analyze your life, and then think about it. Well, I used to have that freedom. I'm not getting that freedom again. Well, I used to be able to eat that or do that and all that, and now I'm not getting it again. I am being followed around by my partner. It's like your partner is becoming a stalker, watching your every move, watching who you've called and whom you've not called. And sometimes they may think that, oh, maybe you are too smart, and obviously maybe you've deleted some phone calls, so they would rather be requesting for itemized bill, or the what is it called again, from the phone people. They ask for the whole list to see exactly what number has been called and what they
calling you.
Yes, and some of these partners are, should I say, demonic. I would want to use the word demonic, because that is the extent they can go. They can request for the phone for that week or that month, whatever phone calls that has been made, to look through and decide, well, I don't know that number. Well, I know that number. So who is this person? And sometimes they even track and trace and trying to call all these people, and probably just call and listen to the voice and quickly hang up and say, okay, there's this person. And the next person, let's say if it's a partner who is a male, the next person, when they call that number and the person is another male, then they start framing up something and saying, you've been calling a man in my absence, or whom have you been talking to? And that is what also leads to a sort of abuse. Either they hit you, they punch you, they start to starve you, they start to take your money away from you, take away some liberties and some rights and some happiness from you. Some even hide the ordinary remote from you watching TV. It's all sorts of abuse, because they are not allowing you to gain the entertainment you also have to gain to satisfy yourself. Or it's like, let's use England for an example. It's like, when I'm not home as a husband or as a wife, don't turn on the heating. But it's a cold season.
It's cold place.
Yes, it's a cold season, and they're telling you, don't turn on the TV until I am home, or don't turn on the heating until I am home, or don't eat anything until I am home. I want to apportion your food for you. All that is abuse. We should be able to lead a free life. I am going to read some of the comments, and definitely, Sister T, I think we are tired at the moment, and we can go on and on, but let's read the comments and then we can call it a day. So we've got Deli again saying, thank you, I will, ha ha ha. So that means she's definitely looking forward to the buffet. Don't worry, Deli, I will let you know about the new pricing out there. Then Deli says, domestic abuse isn't talked about enough. Honestly, it's not being talked about enough. It's not recognizable in certain situations, and that's why this education is so valuable. Yes, Sister T and I want to make ourselves like one of those advocates. We want to put ourselves there to be hitting the gong gong and alerting people about domestic abuse. We want people to know that every life matters, no matter what. We want to save everybody's life. Well, we are not Jesus, but we are not the savior out there. But what we can do is to educate people through what we do online. And if we want to talk to people face to face, and then help people raise the awareness as well. So Gladys says, hashtag act now. It's true. I think we need to start that hashtag, isn't it? Act now. I think it exists already, but we want to add our voice. Act now. Abuse kills. Act now. Yes, we need people to start acting now. Then Delhi says, I have been there. Delhi, well, you know what? It's not easy. What we plan doing is we are going to collect people's stories. So if you've got any stories or you've heard of stories, send them to us, DM them to Diamond Lady TV. We are going to promise you we're not going to mention names. We don't want to work with names here, no matter what. We don't want to work with names. We would want to read these domestic abuses, domestic violences, or intimate partner violence. We want to read it out there and let us, the general public, and all of us just discuss it through, and let's see the best way forward. And probably we could also put ourselves in the situation and say, if it was me, this is what I would do. So because it hasn't happened to you, it doesn't mean it cannot happen to you. It could happen to you at some point. Who knows? So please, our viewers, we are seeking you to drop us some stories. We want to be reading these stories. Even if we are having a different topic for the day, we will definitely stop in the middle there somewhere and read those stories, or we are going to appoint days and all that and read these stories. So Delhi, you're more than welcome to share some stories with us or other people's stories with us. We are more than willing to have that time to talk to people about it, because it's hard time we become part of that team raising the awareness for people to know about it. Then Delhi also says, when you start validating your abuser's action, I know that bit. That's the mark of a battered woman or wife. Sometimes it's when you have left. That's when you sit down and you think, when he did that or when she did that, oh, that was an abuse. I didn't know. These things start reoccurring in your brain. That is, our mind is being made in such a way that some of these things just reveal themselves once again, isn't it? It's something else. It's like you're watching a movie where someone is just reminiscing and thinking, in the past, I did that or that happened to me, isn't it? So, well, it says that's the mark of a battered woman or wife. It could be a man or husband as well, isn't it? Then Gladys says another hashtag. Hey, Gladys is creating hashtags for us tonight too. It says hashtag leave to leave or leave to leave, which is a good one. I think we'll be adding them to our comments and all that lately. We need to remind people and alert people as well. Then we've got Ajwa Sewapia saying, family also drives people to be abused when they get their funds and livelihood from the abusers. Jesus died for you to leave to live. Hey, this is so good. Sister Joshua, thank you so much. It's true. Some people get the funds from the family and then the next minute is like they've been paid. They've paid them off and then they're giving the abuse. It's like, I've paid you to abuse your family, isn't it? I can abuse your family anytime. So Sister T, I know we've said a whole lot tonight, and I know we can go on and on forever and ever. And just as I have just said, we would like people to drop us stories they've heard or their own stories. We promise you, it is a promise from Sister T and I. We are not going to review names. No. We want to hear these stories. We want to tell people these stories and make them aware that these are things people are going through. You need to see them as abuse as well. You need to leave now. Just as our Sister Gladys has said, hashtag leave to leave or act now. We need these stories, please. Sister Tia and I will try and bring some of these stories in, hopefully next week, hopefully, maybe. Sister T, so what are your final words to encourage us, or what are your final words for us, please?
Yeah, I would say sometimes as a relationship is very young,
Yeah.
what you need to do is, I always say, set boundaries. And there are things that if someone does to you, don't excuse them. Once you didn't enjoy it, just let them know. Say, this is an unacceptable behavior or something you've done that I'm not pleased with. Can it not happen again? And always talk as partners, so that you can know what each and everyone is doing.
Yeah.
But once you've got someone that you cannot communicate with, someone that has made you a subject of abuse and wouldn't listen to anything, please sit down and rethink. Is what you are in something that is worth your life? Is this something worth losing your life over? Please just sit and have that rethink and leave, because your life is precious to us. We love you so much.
Oh.
And we are here to talk to you anytime that you want to talk. My number is there. I've already given my number several times. Just call me.
Yes.
You can go to Sweet Seduction on Instagram or on Facebook. Just send me a message. We can just have a chat. If you don't know what help you've got, we can all research together your area, what help is about, and then you can leave, because you are precious and we love you so dearly.
Oh, thank you, Sister T. Sister T, I might have to put. Oh, okay, wait. I didn't know I had muted myself. Sister T, you know what? If you would kindly drop your digit again, I will put it on the banner so people would know exactly what your number is again, please.
It's 078
78, yeah.
281
281, yeah.
899
899. That's
71.
it. 71.
71.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have got you there, and then I'm going to get that running right now so people may know. So if you're looking to talk to Sister T, she's all ears and she is going to listen to whatever you've got to talk about and give you the assistance that you need. Okay. So I am going to let it actually wait just a minute. I'll make it stand still so that it's not running. There you go. That is Sister T's number right there, and that is her Instagram handle. It's Sweet Seduction. If you want to spice up your love life, your relationship, your marriage, or even if you need all that therapy and counseling and all that, Sister T is all ears, and she is here as one of the advocates. We are all raising awareness against domestic abuse and all that you can think about. You don't have to think that you have to be a woman to talk to Sister T or to talk to me. You can also be a man. We are all human. We all have blood flowing within us. Don't be shy, okay? You talk to us, and it is going to be a matter of, we are not going to go out there and mentioning your name or saying, oh, do you know this person told me this and all that. We are not that sort of people, honestly. And we are kindly requesting again that our viewers or people you know, if you've heard stories and all that, just bring us these stories. You don't have to mention names, okay? We are going to ponder over these stories all together. And then we might even post these stories out there by editing. And when I say editing, it is only editing to take out the naming bit. We are not going to edit what you have written. Or if there is an English word that is spelled wrongly, we'll just correct that word and that is it. Because sometimes we do have typo errors, and then we will post it there, and people can have probably 3 days or a whole week to read through and also ponder over it, and then bring us their contributions and all that about such a matter or such a topic. Yeah, there's something else also coming on. on the Diamond Lady TV. I'm going to review that probably next week. That we're going to start doing something else on Fridays, and Sister T is definitely going to be involved in that as well. She doesn't even know what it is, but definitely keep an eye out. And yes, there might be someone else presenting that one on Fridays, and it is all going to be about love. It's going to be, look at me, I'm dropping it out off already. It's going to be something about wings of love, and we will be reading people's stories about love and falling in love. And you never know, people might start meeting people online here and then mingling and all that. So yes, thank you all so much for watching us tonight. I know the Instagram went off right when our 1 hour was over, so people on Instagram couldn't enjoy the second hour, but on YouTube, people on there were able to still enjoy the YouTube with us. So I want to say thank you to our supporting team. We still have Sweet Seduction. Sweet Seduction's number is up on the screen, so you can contact Sweet Seduction if you need some sort of advice or about your bedmatics and all that. Please contact Sister T. She's right there. Then we want to say thank you to St. Maya Dry Line Limited. They are one of the best in England when it comes to dry lining. Then we've also got Mama Z European Shop. They are in Ghana. They sell keto products. Then we've got Sinaka Kitchen in Luton. They sell lots and lots of Ghanaian freshly made dishes. Hey, please make sure you contact them if you live in and around Luton. Then you can also contact Sister Eat Fit Lose if you want to go on a healthy lifestyle journey, if you want to stay in shape, if you want to go back to your 20s, if you think you're feeling too old. Come, let's rejuvenate ourselves. Let's empower each other. Let's get our sexy babe. Okay, so if you want to, just join Sister Eat Fit Lose. You don't have to come and join the group. You can follow us on Facebook or Instagram. You can follow the page. And then at the moment, we have created slots for 30 minutes free consultation. So just come. Let's have a 30 minutes chat and laugh time. Even if it's not about wanting to stay in shape. Let's just have 30 minutes, okay? And chat about nothing. Just have a laugh, okay? And aside that, if you're looking for one of the best puff mix, well, it's the only best one at the moment. All the puff mix you can think about, the buff roads or the buffalo, as some people say it. Please go and search for Sister United on Etsy or eBay and buy your buff roads mix from them. Or if you live in Ghana, you want to buy it in Ghana, look for Family Affair GH. They also sell accessories and clothing, shoes, and all that. So find Family Affair GH on Facebook or Instagram. Then if you're looking for anything photography, videography in Ghana, look for NK Pizzles. They are available. I can talk and talk and talk forever.
Yes.
Thank you all so much. I know there were a few more comments here. Let's just read it. I think they were all just saying thank you. So Sister Ajoa says, well done. And beautiful ladies, and thank you so much for your support, all of you out there who were able to support us today, those who are even watching that we don't even know about. We want to say thank you. This video is still going to be here for people to be able to access and to watch it. You can still share the link to people out there. They can also watch it. Until we see you again next Saturday, next Sunday, stay tuned. Keep loving yourself. Don't forget, if you're in an abusive relationship, get up and leave. Well, I don't have a job for you, but be careful. Your life is worth much better than just staying in that abusive relationship. And our new hashtag is act now or leave to leave, leave to leave. Let's raise the awareness. And thank you, Sister T, again. Much appreciation to you. Thank you, everyone who watched us tonight. See you again soon. Mwah! Bye. Bye. Thank you. Let's get